Premier League, who have charged Manchester City with over 100 breaches of its financial fair play rules.
If they are found guilty of the charges that they will face, that they are facing, Manchester City will face at least relegation.
Welcome back, guys, to our FC24 career mode with Manchester City. What if they were relegated to League 2? We've made it from League 2 to League 1. From League 1 to the Championship, from the Championship to the Premier League, back in the Premier League for our first time last season. You haven't seen the episodes, go and check them out. We managed to finish second in the Premier League, and this season we're looking to try and win silverware, and then next season it's all about the treble. This is the way the side's looking. It's really developed well from our time in the Championship, but there is areas of the side I'd like to improve on. I think centre-back, full-back, still an area we could improve on actually, if we wanted to. Strikers, maybe we need more of a striker. Maybe we need a better goalkeeper, maybe we need better midfielders, and so on. So we've got a few players on our list. Igor Paxau is a player that's on my list of options. Right back wise, we've got Jeremy Frimpong, who would be amazing back to City. Molina, a right back. These are very expensive players. And we also have Vanderson of AS Monaco. And being that he's a little bit cheaper, again looking to improve the side, this time push it towards Champions League place. You looked at him. Centre-back wise, I was looking at Antonio Silva of Fulham, we looked at in the last episode, in the last season. Scalvini also, but he's a little bit lower rated. We do want to make improvements there. And also in the midfield with Alex Scott, we've got Bilal El-Kounis as an option, the Moroccan, very skillful, the Moroccan Kevin De Bruyne as they call him. Alex Scott there as well, Nemecha still on our list, Smardic as well. So looking at making moves, and we decided in the right back situation, we would go for the 26-year-old Brazilian Vanderson of AS Monaco, looking for that big upgrade on CJ Egan-Riley and on Kyle Walker-Peters as well. We're going to go in straight with his value, 35.5 million, which AS Monaco said no. Every team seems to want Claudio Gomez. I mean, he's 83 rated, a player that looked like his career was never going to really kick off after a failed time at Manchester City. He's returned to Manchester City here after Palmeiro, and we have really turned him into some player. Now, they want Tommy Doyle, Monaco. I'm going to say 20 million plus Tommy Doyle. 37 million plus Tommy Doyle is a lot of money, but Doyle at 77 rated is a player I'm willing to let move on. That's been agreed though, 32.5 million for Vanderson from AS Monaco. That would solve our long-term right-back problem since Kyle Walker and Joao Cancelo and players left. Rico Lewis could obviously play there, but we've decided against that. We haven't done that. So Vanderson, important squad role, accepted. He wants a contract length of 5 years. We're going to get him down to, try and sign him down for the immediate future, long-term future of this club. Pep Guardiola doesn't want big wages, does he, the Monaco man? 66,000 per week in the end. I mean, that is nothing that we have to agree to, really. We've got big money. We're not a side that's struggling for the cash, and the cash flow is certainly flowing. So first signing the new season, Vanderson, a new right back comes in. Egan-Riley can always play as a centre back or as a right back, or maybe we can move on Walker-Peters, who came in just for 11 million last season. So Vanderson's Pep's first signing of season 5 now, as we look to try and win some silverware of some sort. We'd like to try and get, again, second place in the Premier League if we can, or even win the Premier League, which would be a bit of a push, but certainly want to win some silverware. And that ambition to do that starts with Vanderson signing from AS Monaco for 32.5 million plus Tommy Doyle. That's a nice move there. Now, centre-back wise, you want a centre-back as well. And we decide over Scalvini, Antonio Silva, the Benfica man, seems like the better option. So we're going to make the move for Antonio Silva. Again, offer a swap deal with some of our players. Oh, Kyle Walker-Peters, looking to move him on. Brought him in, looking to get him in a deal here with Fulham. 45 million plus Kyle Walker-Peters for Antonio Silva. They want 82 million. Wow, that is big, big money. I think we'd go up to around 75 maybe at most, but we're going to go in and offer his value here of 56 million plus someone else. See if there's anyone else they'd take in this deal. I don't know. Villabre could be an option. 6.5 million. Villabre. Would Fulham want Villabre? It's not entirely certain, is it? We don't want to put Jolin Dalla in there. Buxetas is someone we'd offer in a deal as well at some point, actually. Although we want to keep the American around for now. He's a decent option in midfield, isn't he? So 65 million plus Villabre. They're coming back and say, listen, we don't want Villabre, but we want that 82 million. It's going to be a tough deal to try and sign Antonio Silva here, but we're going to offer 70 million. And we'll see what Fulham say. They're going to take some time to think about it, so maybe that's a deal that we can make happen. And of course, a midfielder as well, and Bilal El-Kounis is the man. I thought, yeah, we're going to bring him in. He can back up James McAtee, maybe take over from James McAtee in that attacking midfield role. Can complement our midfield really well. Again, Kyle Walker-Peters offered in the deal. He's just sort of a make weight in these deals now, because we have upgraded on Van der Sar. Walker-Peters, they are interested in Walker-Peters, Brighton, which is good to see. 45 million for Roberto De Zerbi's side, who have been relegated to the Championship. 63 million they want. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. What about 50 million plus Kyle Walker-Peters? We paid 11 for him, so that's like us paying 61 for Alcunas. Agreed with the club. Roberto De Zerbi set to lose his very skillful attacking midfielder in the Championship. He's not doing a good job, Roberto De Zerbi, because they have been relegated there. So, bring him in. Important first team player. I'm not going to offer him crucial because we do have McAtee in that role. He can play outright on the wide areas. Alcunas, he can play centrally. He's certainly a very, very highly rated player. One that I am very impressed with. 120,000 per week. Agreed for Alcunas. So there we are. Signing number 2 arrives. It's a new central midfielder. It's a very creative midfielder. The Moroccan Kevin De Bruyne has been called playing in Belgium. And here comes Bilal Alcunas. Pep Guardiola's second sign of the transfer window. Big money spent. Big money needed to be spent. And big money being spent. And when you spend big money, you expect big things, bigger ambitions. A trophy is certainly something that we have to win this season, I think. It's on our list of things to achieve, and I think it is something we have to achieve. So Bilal Alcunas, he joins Manchester City. There he's with Pep Guardiola, moving for 50 million plus Kyle Walker-Peters. And the side is looking even better now. Lawrence can come off the bench. Alcunas can go on the bench there instead of Villabre. But it's looking good, it's looking strong, and I'm very impressed with the side if we get Spike Brits off there as well. But yeah, I'm very impressed with the development of the side and how good it's actually looking. So they have agreed for 73.6 million for them. They've come back. We said 70. I think we might just get him for 70 now. Unless there's someone we can throw in this deal just to sweeten it for him. Maybe a Luke Mbete. Maybe a Luke Mbete can be thrown in there. Don't think there's any midfields because O'Reilly. O'Reilly could be an option. No really wide players in there. Of course, Ricardo Pepe and Liam Delap worth so much money. But we're going to throw Luke Mbete in there and say 70 million. Just bring down the deal a little bit. A player that we're happy to lose. And that's been agreed to 70 million for Antonio Silva. I think it's going to be great. He will be a really, really good signing. He can bolster that centre-back position. He's definitely a massive step up on that centre-back position. Something that we have been looking for. So, 5-year deal for Antonio Silva. Can I agree a deal here? And that has been agreed. So, Antonio Silva will join Manchester City here as well. Here we go. So, Antonio Silva's come in. We've brought in Van der Sar as well. We've made big moves in the market and impressive moves, haven't we? Alcunas as well. And the signs we've made have really improved this squad. And I expect a trophy this season, Pep Guardiola. I expect one. Last year was a bit difficult being back in the Premier League for the first time. I'm really, really expecting big achievement this season. Hopefully, we can actually maybe try and get towards winning the Premier League title. We finished second last year. Maybe another second place finish, but you never know. We'll have to see what happens. But there is Antonio Silva in the blue, sky blue of Manchester City. Big transfer comes in as once again we spend big to try and improve our side. Now leaving the club with some big moves as well. Moa Ramos moved for 2.1 million to Galatasaray as we trim down the squad. Finley Burns joined Watford for 1.4 million, leaving the team after a lot of time here. Tom Galvez joined Sassuolo on a 12-month loan. He continues his development on loans away from the club. The same for Max Lane, who joins Clement Font in League 1. We see Nico Riley join Coventry City for 1.5 million. Sadly, just hasn't developed to the rate we expected. And Issa Villabre, he joins Fenerbahce, signed on a free transfer. We make a 7 million profit on him as he moves there. So this other side is looking now with all the squad, all the signs in there. Pepe's 86 rated now. Posetas 81 rated as well in the reserves. Really good looking squad. Really strong in all areas of the team, which I do like. I'm very excited about. Nice strong squad. Alcunas and Gomez as options off the bench. This Manchester City side certainly developing. And you can see there the deals we have made. Transfers, so Villabre gone. O'Reilly gone. Galvez on loan. Elaine on loan. Burns gone permanently as well as Ramos. Antonio Silva comes in for 70 plus Luke Mbete. Van der Sar for 32.5 plus Tommy Doyle. Walker-Peters there, plus 50 million for Alcunis. There are 3 big transfers. 84 rated Alcunis. Look at that, those stats. I mean, most of them in the 90s there. The same goes for Van der Sar and his attacking ability at right back. And so goes for Antonio Silva in the 90s as well. In terms of his defensive ability, it's really good to see. So we simulated forward to the first half of the season. What could Pep Guardiola do in the first half of the season? Would things go the way we wanted them to? Would things not work out? You'd have to see. We'll find out. And after the first half of the season, we were 7th place in the Premier League. After 19 games, 8 wins, 6 draws and 5 losses. Pep Guardiola's side not doing well at all. But the other teams around us not doing fantastic as well. As you can see there, Liverpool only 9 points ahead of us in the league. We were knocked out in the Carabao Cup early again, so there's not a trophy coming our way in that terms. Bristol Rovers knock us out 4-2 on penalties. Most used players are Van der Sar, Grimaldo, Rico Lewis, Antonio Silva. Delap's topping goals with 10, Pepe with 7, so the strikers doing a little bit better. Van der Sar and Gomez with 6 goals each as well from those areas. Grimaldo, Foden and Van der Sar top in assists. Our least used players so far in the season have been Pusetas again with 6. Alcunis has only played 9 for himself. And Dal at 12, they won't be happy with the game time. So now simulating till the end of the season to see how it ends for Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Will it be a successful season? Will we win a bit of silverware? Will we win the league? Well, we don't win the league. We finished 2nd in the league. Not far, but a bit closer than we were last time. Spurs win the league with 78 points. We finished 2nd with 73. The people who win the league title are winning it with a low points amount, aren't we? But we're back in the top 4 again, 2nd in the Premier League table. You have to say, you know what, I'm happy with that. That's a good start. Burnley relegated alongside Sheffield United and Fulham, who we took Antonio Silva off them. And obviously, that's a bit of an issue for them. In the Emirates FA Cup, Manchester City come out 4-1 winners over Burnley. So we do lift silverware. Vincent Kompany's Burnley couldn't beat Pep Guardiola's Manchester City in the final. So silverware for us there. In the Carabao Cup, of course, as we know, knocked out early. Bristol Rovers knocked us out on penalties 4-2 in round 4, which is an embarrassing one, really, isn't it? But we do have the Champions League, because we were in the Champions League as well. How did we do in the Champions League? Well, the final is between Atletico Madrid and Borussia Dortmund, but we did make it to the semi-final. We lost to Atletico Madrid, who have got to the final against Dortmund. But semi-final stage means that next year, the treble certainly could be on. We don't have any top goal scorers, though, you can see, in the Premier League. And that is certainly something I want to work on next season. I think a real out-and-out goal scorer is something I'm looking for, with our former top goal scorer, Erling Haaland, banging in the goals for Arsenal. But they still didn't win the league, even with that, did they? And you can see the clean sheets and so on there. But yeah, we're looking for a top goal scorer, certainly. A most used player, new side Antonio Silva and Rico Lewis, played 50 games between them in all competitions. Rico Lewis, 93 rated. Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. Van der Sar and so on played well as well. Grimshaw only 1 game, Taylor 8, Lawrence 9. Pusetas and Ndala only playing 14 games between them. Spike Britt's actually got 22 games to his name. Pepe in the lap didn't even get 20 goals this season, only 17. That is something that is on my mind, considering Sergio Gomez and Oscar Bob with 10 and 12 goals were our next best goal scorers. McAtee with 8, Foden with 8. Exactly the same stats here. McAtee actually doing it in less games. Pusetas with 7 goals. As for assists, McAtee and Foden top with 9, Perez with 6. But certainly striker area we need to look at next season. If we're going to win the Champions League, we need somebody who's going to score more goals for us, because we're getting the assists, it's areas, but not the goals. So that is how the team's looking coming in the season. James McAtee's 87 rated. Wow, Pepe's 88. I mean, that side looks absolutely fantastic. Gomez 83 as well. Grimaldo 86, Van der Sar 85, Antonio Silva 87, Doyle 82, Bazunu 83, Alcunis only 85. He wasn't happy about his game time. Sergio Gomez is 85, but we've built a really good side. And Jai is 80. Garcia is 81. But yeah, very impressed with the side. And there is the trophy lift. There is the parade in Manchester. City back to winning ways. City have a trophy to their name. It is the Emirates FA Cup that Pep Guardiola wins, an historic trophy. But next season, we're looking to spend very big, because it's our last chance to win the treble. And we're going for that Premier League title. We're going for that Champions League title. And we're going to try and win the FA Cup again. Manchester City on for big things. We're back in the Premier League. We're back winning trophies. And soon we'll be back winning the treble, because Pep Guardiola is not stopping yet. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.